Welcome back. We are closing in on the end of North Dakota's version of March Madness as the Class B boys basketball state tournament tips off tomorrow in Bismarck. And if it's anything like last year, we are in for a treat. Do you remember last year? Okay, maybe this will refresh your memory, but Hillsborough Central Valley and Four Winds Minnewacan were tied at 60 in the final seconds when Kyle Henningsgaard hits his corner three. Time expired, and it secured the 63-60 victory, dethroning the defending champs in the process. So what a moment, March Madness, baby. I gotta love it. Fast forward to this year as we bring in our North Dakota high school expert, Jody Norstead. So Jody, Hillsborough Central Valley graduated 6 valuable seniors off that championship team, including 4 starters. It's a lot. But here they are again as the top seed heading into the state tournament. How does that happen?
Yeah, Kelly, that's the big question. I knew they'd be good because post players Jack Camrud and Cade Baszler returned, but the biggest reason for their success has been the clutch performances from another Henningsgaard. Yep, Kyle may have graduated, but his younger brother, Carson, has filled his shoes and then some. After averaging 6.5 points per game as a freshman, he's up to nearly 20 points per game and 8 assists as a sophomore. He might go down as one of the best in program history when it's all said and done. But like I mentioned, the big guys down low have certainly helped, and they take pride in that.
Our length helps a lot. If we can get keep them from getting any offense rebounds, and on the other end get some boards and put them back in, it sure helps a lot.
We're a different team than we were last year. We played mostly 4 guards and 1 post. This year we played almost 2 posts exclusively, and sometimes we play all 3 of them. And we have that advantage with those 3 guys, and they're all athletic, they're all big. They can all rebound, they can all score. So to have that luxury in a Class B school is pretty nice to have.
All right, well, they're certainly going to be tough to beat. But let's take a look at the bracket for the Bees. The action starts with the second-seeded St. John Woodchucks going up against Region 2 champion Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Then it's Bishop Ryan squaring off with Shiloh Christian. The aforementioned Hillsborough Central Valley Burros will play Beulah. And the last quarterfinal of the day will be 4th-seeded Stanley against 5th-seeded Carrington. So, Jody, let's start with that first matchup. What do we need to know about St. John? You've been talking about them being a contender all season. Why is that?
Well, it's pretty simple, Kelly. They have the best 1-2 scoring punch in the state. This is Dalton Prouty, addition to Kyler McGillis, a 6'1 senior guard that's averaging a state best 29 points per game. He shoots 53% from the field. He has a chance to reach 2,000 points at the state tournament. Prouty nearly averages a triple-double himself, 17 points, 12 boards, and 8 assists. St. John is at state for the first time since 1949, but I see them making a deep run. So we'll see what happens.
All right, but does that mean that Wyndmere Lidgerwood doesn't have a chance or what?
Well, that's the beauty of March Madness, right? They absolutely have a shot. Not to mention they have a lot of things going for them. We just saw the Warbirds upset the second highest scoring offense in the state in the Region 1 final, knocking off Oak Grove 74-67. And keep in mind, a lot of the players on this team were part of that football team that won the state 9-man title. Luke Furch had 6 touchdowns in that game, tying a Dakota Bowl record. He had 27 points and was an assist shy of a triple-double in that region championship. Now, it's a senior-laden team, too. Wyatt Harless is a sharpshooter, and Aaron Bonenstingle, this guy has a great beard and provides a spark in the post. We asked head coach Todd Hosford what the key will be for his team to make a run at a title.
Keep being the aggressor, attacking the basket like we do, not settling for jump shots. We need to rebound the ball better. We didn't do a great job this tournament, but not turning over the ball, keep attacking, and defend like we did tonight. We held a pretty good offensive team to 67, and a lot of those came in the last minute, so very proud of them.
All right, well, let's chat about the second matchup. Bishop Ryan squares off with Shiloh Christian. The Lions beat the Skyhawks by 4 earlier in the season. So what do you think happens this time around?
Well, I think Bishop Ryan is the more complete team. Ben Bull is a really special talent for the Lions. He averages 20 points and 7 rebounds per game. He's one of 3 players on his team averaging double digits in scoring. The team is 47-6 over the last 2 seasons. I give Bishop Ryan the edge in this one. Shiloh Christian, though, is a nice story. They had several injuries before the season even started, lost a key player to eligibility restrictions. They played great defense. 6'9 senior center Macaulay Young, you just saw him there. He's a walking double-double. And the Mitchell brothers, Jonas and Jaden, both averaged double digits in scoring. I expect this one to be a low-scoring game between 2 very exceptional defensive teams.
All right, well, we talked about Hillsborough Central Valley already. The top-seeded Burros draw Beulah in the first round. So this is March Madness. Anything can happen. What do the Miners have to do to pull off the upset?
Well, first off, they need to shoot well and crash the boards against the taller Burros team. Beulah senior Derek Fairby is one of the best players in the state. He averaged 21 points, 5 assists, en route to being named Region 7 Player of the Year. I'm looking forward to seeing him and Henningsgaard go head-to-head. That'll be fun.
All right, well, that'll be a good matchup within the matchup. But how about the last game? Who do you got, Jody? Stanley or Carrington?
Well, we've talked about some of the special players in this tournament, and Carrington has one of them too in Garrett Bickett. He's one of the best pure scorers in the state, averaging 20 points per game over the last 2 seasons. But Stanley has some dudes. We featured the Hansen cousins a few weeks ago on Midco Sports Tonight. They call it Dunk City, North Dakota for a reason. Wyatt and Caden Hansen can throw it down with ease. Wyatt, the future MSU Moorhead Dragon, also reached the 2,000-point milestone back in February, fittingly on a dunk. The Blue Jays got a taste of state last year. Remember, they nearly rallied to beat Four Winds Minnewacan in the first round. I think they beat Carrington in the first round, but a potential matchup against Hillsborough Central Valley would be really difficult.
All right. Well, I'm going to put you on the spot right here, Jody. I know you've done a lot of thinking. Who wins the entire thing?
I think this tournament is wide open, just like the girls be, but if I have to pick, I have to go with the repeat champ in Hillsborough Central Valley. Pretty boring, but if they can avoid foul trouble, I think their mix of defense, strong post play, and a top-end scorer in Carson Henningsgaard, that'll land them the hardware.
Oh my gosh, the Burro fans would be spoiled. 2 state basketball titles and a football title in the last year. So we'll see if it happens, but yeah, March Madness. Thank you so much, Jody.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, coming up after the break, a preview of tonight's live game, a college basketball invitational opening round matchup down in Vermillion between North Texas men's hoops and South Dakota. You're watching Midco Sports Tonight.